Is there a dog in the room?
It's my squeaky ass chair. I just realized. Huh?
Oh, okay.
I'll stop moving now.
Welcome back to the People's Podcast, The Bunt. I'm D Jones. I got my main man, the Ghost, with me. We got Antoine and Jay Burrows behind the scenes. Ghost, new year, new us, pure energy, all the time, 24/7, nothing but bangers. Keep it up. Let's go. What we got going on this week, man?
Massive episode. One of my favorite skaters, somehow underrated, but also one of the most talented in the game. It's none other than Blake Carpenter. You know what I'm saying? Big Papa, nollie flipping, nollie heeling, front heel up your ass. You already know what it is. It's right Blake up. Carpenter, baby. You know what I'm saying? Then taking y'all straight to the post office. Got a little spicy in there. I ain't gonna lie. Still, let's tune into that one, motherfucker. And couple fake homies up in this bitch. And then NFL is popping, man. Playoffs are mostly set. The night game's going on right now. Who's gonna win? Vikings, Lions, who the fuck knows? But barn burner of an episode. Shout out Blake.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram at The Bunt Live. Subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/@TheBuntLive. Hit us up on Patreon, patreon.com/TheBunt. And then head over to thebuntlive.com. Every episode log for your listening pleasure. News and notes about the Bunt Live Foundation. Always doing it for the kids. Had a really special 15 and under contest hosted by the Bunt Live Foundation over at the Skate Loft over the holidays. Shout out to all the kids that came through and snapped. Ghost, you want to shout out the winner? Well, they're all winners because they all got boxes.
Yeah, everyone got boxes. But Coda, shout out, fucking the improvement. I mean, I seen him last time in the fall. Don't see these little kids for a couple months now, and they're 10 times better. He's looking like he's street league ready, man. Big flip front boards on command, the whole nine. But great times, thanks to everyone who came out. Shout out Skate Loft.
Shout out the boys at Skate Loft. Their Christmas party, an absolute staple in the yearly skate calendar, man. And you know there was some Beamers there, so we were there. Ghost, you do the hard work so we don't have to, man. Shout out of the week. You only got 2 left, so make them count, man.
You already know what the fuck it is, D Jones. It's Shout of the Week, brought to you by The Den, your home for all the highest quality skate videos, man. It's free with over 2,000 videos curated by people like us at The Bunt. Built to preserve the classics and feature all the newest releases in the highest quality, man. It's available everywhere, Apple, Android, on the web, the big screen with Apple TV. Get in there free and watch your favorite videos. Enter theden.com/bunt. We're going to go with a little video by the name of No Big Deal. You know why? Because secret's out. I'm a huge Will Marshall fan. Any Will footy, you know what I'm saying? You getting a shout out, my G. Made it pop, DC video, whole squad on and popping. A lot of Philly footage. Our crazy Uncle Kalis in the building. The whole squad. Great video. Go check it out. Billy, you're nuts for that shove crook, man. Respect. Yep. Oh, hard flip the bump to bar too. I'll do up there.
That was the Ronnie Kesner tray flip one, yeah?
Yeah, I might have to touch that thing, eh?
Where is it?
Take me down to Jersey, motherfucker. The fuck would I do on that though? I don't know, but
switch shove.
Let's go. For a rocket switch heel.
Whatever it takes, man. I actually watched 2 clips that I liked this week. What was it called? Orange and Blue, a little Aussie, Melbourne feel montage. And then I watched this guy I used to follow on Instagram, Brandon Starr, dropped a clip. Brandon Starr 24 on YouTube. Sick clip. Ghosts. I don't know if you're interested in what I like in skating.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean this? How do you present him as this guy I used to follow on Instagram? The fuck
is that? I did it. Whatever. Maybe I followed him again. But yeah, sick clips. Ghost, only one thing left to do before we get into the interview. Actually, there's 2 things. We do this every year. New Year's resolution.
You asked me this the other day, didn't you?
Did we do this already? Someone needs to help me in my old age.
I said
man.
clips. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll add to that one. Clips was the resolution, but that means so much more because it's hard to get clips. You got to get well mentally and physically. I ate like absolute shit. Some ice cream for breakfast, croissant, barbecue chips. Came home, went to Rudy's, got a burger, some fries, then had some
You're
dumplings, and I'm gonna eat some more junk. And Coco's gonna make some chocolate chip cookies, and then tomorrow it begins.
Tomorrow,
No more booze, none of that shit for at least a month. But we gonna be eating good and doing push-ups and shit, all types of shit, yo.
it has been an absolute loose 2 weeks. No diet, no working out, no stretching, none of that shit.
Hey, Donald bought like 300 beers at the bar the other night. It was a joyous time.
In terrible shape.
I was like, who
day.
got all these beers? Someone was like, Donald. I'm like, damn.
Dude, the holidays are a special time, aren't they, man? It's the
great.
2 weeks of the year where every day is a Saturday, and I absolutely dive right in and enjoy those 2 weeks. My work actually hit me up and asked me to work Thursday. I said, no, I can't do it. They asked me to come Friday. I was like, still can't do it. And they're like, well, we could really use you on Saturday. I'm like, if I'm not coming Thursday, Friday, what are the odds I'm coming on Saturday for crying out loud?
Oh,
So
shit.
I enjoyed the 14-day break. Might be in some shit when I get back to work, but it is what it is, man.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do this
And
time
like
of
you
year.
said, we're taking a little break from drinking, but if you're not, where can the people find a Beamer?
Wait, what's your New Year's resolution, motherfucker?
Oh, yeah. You know what I need to do? I need to sleep better. I need to like actually lock in a proper sleeping schedule because I go to bed late and wake up early and it's all fine. I can function and I don't feel bad. But then after every 3-4 months, I just get sick because I'm tired, like I'm run down. So I need to be better at just sleeping on a daily basis.
That's easier said than done. I'm the same. And there's something about watch a show with the whole, at my mom's in the country where I'll watch a show and then everyone slowly goes to bed and then I just stay there for another hour and a half.
Yeah, you need your me time. Yeah.
And then I go to bed and watch something in bed. And it's just, why don't I just go to bed? I'm literally wasting time.
Yeah, man, I got to work at 6 a.m. tomorrow and I'll go to bed at 1 tonight for sure.
All right, I'm gonna try and do that one with you.
So Beamers.
Beamer. Let me think, man. Oh shit, I forgot to go out for a Beamer on my last day before the health kick. But maybe I'll just run down the street. Well, it's not down the street, but I'll zip over to the Comrade. I feel like I always mention it. Maybe get one more burger in before the health kick, and 3 Beamers. You know what I'm saying? And pay that bill, and I'm out. And it's new year, new me.
All right, let's do it. Blake Carpenter in the building. Long overdue. Huge fans of Blake. Super hyped to get him inside studio. Let's get it fucking popping, man.
Yeah, don't play with me, eh? Remember the CHPO bunts? Yo, we might need another round of these. Victor, you know what I'm saying? CHPO, Happy New Year from CHPO, baby.
Absolutely unhinged intro. All right, let's get it popping. We got Blake Carpenter in the building. What's going on, man?
What's happening? Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, straight chilling, man. Holiday season.
Oh yeah.
How are the holidays, man?
Holidays, easy living over here. Just cooked steaks, cooked every platter you could ever think of. Hung out, ran errands, got good gifts for everybody, and I got a few good ones too.
That's what's up.
Nice.
It feels like 10 Saturdays in a row. Every day I'm like, is it what's today? Today's like a Thursday. It feels like a Saturday. Every day, man. But yeah, they're the best.
Yeah, it was nice.
Leftovers to the Gators.
Yeah, all day. Yeah, just throwing salmon in there. Y'all need some? Here you go.
All right, Blake, we start every show off the same. Hit us with your favorite skate moment and your favorite sports moment.
All right. Favorite skate moment. I was going to say I just hit 22 years of skating, and anytime I'm able to get that feeling that I got when I first started, it's amazing. So in terms of tricks, I've seen some unfathomable stuff live. like from all the people you see in Thrasher, you know. Jaws kickflip stalefish down the Staples Center was like,
Damn.
I just right in front of my eyes, and I shot it on like my little film camera and actually caught the catch, and I was like tweaking on that. Carlos switchful back nose blunt down a handrail, little black rail. I don't know, and yeah, just getting that feeling, not just tricks, but getting that feeling of like a successful skate day never gets old.
Hell yeah,
sure.
Switchfoot back nose blunt, man. I've never seen you do that one. Is that something the people can expect one day? That's your switch flip back tail, switch flip back lip guy.
I think if I made one, it would be like to fakie, and I'd somehow just lock my wheel on the top of a hubba and just turn out. Like, thought about doing nose grind 180 out, like switch foot back nose grind 180 down hubbas and stuff, but can't like whip it around and pinch. I can front blunt, I can do like every other variation, but that one's hard.
We need to get Carlos to do one down some stairs, man. He's just going down the little bank things. Come on, Carlos.
I know. At least he switched back nose blunt.
That's the issue with it.
Down clipper. I mean, yeah, that's pretty buck. I tried to skate clipper and it was not easy.
That thing looks terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Carlos.
And fave sports moment. I don't know if anyone's ever said this one, but Randy Johnson hitting the bird with the baseball on the pitch. Pitches it. He's got one of the hardest fastballs in NBA and whatever it's called.
MLB.
in MLB history. And he hit a bird and it just explodes into a million feathers. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Even to that animal cruelty. I'm just kidding.
It's a good sports moment.
Yeah, that was crazy. Fucking crazy. Blake, take us back to the beginning of your journey as a skater. Where'd you grow up and how'd you get into skating?
Let's see. I have keynotes. I'm not reading it verbatim. So I grew up in Florida, in and around Florida, and I just moved around until I was about 7. Then we resided in a place called Flagler Beach and went to 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, and then we moved over a town over, and then I got into skating from a neighbor that we moved in next to. Saw him do one hippie jump, and it was like, Mom, please go get me a board.
That's an epic one. Usually people see a kickflip or something and it gets them hooked, but hippie jump.
Yeah, me and my homie held a PVC pipe on either side, and he hippie jumped it, and we were just like, yo, it's over.
Yeah.
Local legend.
Yeah, it was awesome.
What would you consider your first big break in the skate industry?
First big break was probably just like filming a part with my homies in my hometown, like actually getting after it and like putting myself to a standard. My friend TJ really helped me do that. I was like kicking back with my high school girlfriend, like, I don't know if I want to film that much. And is it really going to happen like that? Like, I don't know. And then I was like, all right. Like my friend TJ is like, dude, come skate. Like you need to get clips for the video. I'm like, it's just a homie video. Chill, fool. I'm like, whatever. But I'm like, all right, now I understand, like, this could be something bigger. And when it came out, it like worked well, and people just kind of noticed me after that.
Yeah.
Called Daylando out of Florida by TJ Gaskill.
Oh shit, gotta peep that one. Is that the one you referenced as your first part?
Yeah.
In your mob thing? Sick.
Yeah.
Well, Dono and I first took notice of you maybe 11 years or so ago. We were in Miami on a skate trip, and our boy Nick Katz had the Cosmic Vomit 2 DVD. And so we were just watching that pretty much every night when we'd get back from the sesh. And your part definitely fucking stood out as one of those pro caliber parts from like a relatively unknown person at the time. What was that era like for you in filming that? And I feel like that kind of put you on a bigger shout out Grant Answer. That put you on a bigger
straight up
kind of
platform. It was like me jumping in their van after like graduating high school, and we drove out to LA. He had a job promised at the barracks. So while we were staying at the barracks, we were filming this side video that was going to be Grant's sponsor me tape for him to get a like job in the industry. So that was the whole shtick. We're like staying in hotels for like $800 a month, a couple of us, and we just ended up with a video after a couple little trips. And he helped so much. He's so easy to film with. He's like, do this. I'm like, all right, here we go. and it just worked well. And told him to use that song, and he was like, it's too slow. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm like, dude, just like put it to the footy, dude. Put it to the footy.
Just listen, man.
Yeah.
That part stood out, though. I remember feeling like, I mean, now seeing how your careers played out, it was kind of like a Davis Torgerson in Boondoggle, or like Corey Kennedy. He had that one part before he blew up.
Beware of Sasquatch.
You're like, that's the first time you see someone, but you know immediately, like, hey, this guy's next up. And then, yeah, it was guaranteed, basically, from that point.
The homie videos always have the most wild names. Like,
for sure. The worst names.
Beware of Sasquatch, I forgot.
Always some cancelable names.
yeah.
It's like ready to get canceled. You name your homie video.
Yeah, well, you skated in one of your homies sent it to me. Something about, like, butt cheeks or something. Was that one of them?
Yeah, like, come on. Yeah, it was like, my homie's like, yeah, we're just going to call it this, like, between the cheeks. I'm just like, nah, like, what the hell are you talking about? And then they just started joking. Awesome. It was going to be Blake's the best, because they would just, like, mess with me constantly. I was, like, the younger dude. They're like, we're just going to name it that then. I'm like, dude, they're both terrible. Like, come on. So it was
what would you prefer, man?
Ended up being By the Beach. That was the final name for that video.
By the beach.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all right.
Happy medium.
Yeah.
between the butt cheeks is better.
I was going to say that, but maybe I shouldn't, you know? So apparently Mike Sinclair thought you sucked the first time he saw your footage, but you eventually got on Toy Machine. How did it end up happening?
It was through Billy Marks. I went to Woodward East. I would like beg my parents when I was 14, 15, 16, like, yo, I gotta go to Woodward. It's so serious. Like, it's going to be awesome. They're like, all right, Christmas and birthday present combined. I'm like, all right, done. Like, send me there. So I went there for a week the first time, and met Billy Marks there. And we were just skating like a bump to barrier, and I like caught his attention, and he was like, just hang out with me all week. I'm like, okay, let's just hang out. I'm like watching Good and Evil like all the time at that point. I'm like,
damn,
this is wild. Okay. So he's like, yeah, let's come next year again. Cause I'm like young. He doesn't want to like bring me on trips or anything yet. I'm like, for sure. I'll meet you here next year. And then did the same thing. And he was like, all right, well, let's get your tape to like the guy. I'm like, okay, here's like what I have. And it's like a kickflip front 50 down like a skate park hubba. And just like a nollie heel on flat, and then like a frontside flip down to 6. I'm just like, this is all I have. I haven't filmed anything real yet. Like, I don't know what to tell you. And he gave that to him, and it didn't work out. And he's like, I don't know. He's stupid. He'll come around. I'm like, all right, whatever. And the next year, I think I sent him the footage that I was working on with TJ at the time. And he was like, what? Who are you? Like, what is this for? I'm like, oh, it's just like the homie video. He's like, oh, like, nice. He's like, well, have I sent you boards for him? Like, it's Blake, and yet you're sending me boards through Bill and this and that. And he was like, oh, that kid. Okay. Oh, like, now I know who you are. And he got me a box, and he was just telling me like, yeah, maybe we want to use that for like a toy video or something. I'm like, it's already coming out. Sorry. It's in my homie video.
Sorry, pal.
Oh, yeah, it's already accounted for. Hard work, man. But I mean, I don't know how that could have went either way, but it was funny. Then after that, I started getting like the solid hookup.
And then you started filming for Toy. That's loyalty right there, man.
Yeah, I gotta keep it true.
Well, I don't know at what point you decided to make the move to California. Things were happening. Sinclair, finally put some respect on your name. Can you tell us about the decision to move west and the actual road trip going there? I heard it was quite the hectic road trip.
I feel like you're referring to like when I left my house in Florida with TJ and my other friend Wyatt, and we were just going to like go to the barracks again. It was like another one of those like, all right, I'm driving out to the barracks with my own car this time after we had filmed Cosmic Vomit and stuff. And we didn't turn the car off once, and we just went straight there. It took 42 hours, and we just switched around and stopped a few times, but like I would fill it up with it on. It was like the joke, and I'm just like, we're going.
Jesus Christ, that's like dangerous, man.
It's like, we're on our way, boys.
Don't fucking turn that thing off.
It was a Corolla, dude. Those things are strong. They can do it.
Yeah, ain't nothing gonna go wrong with that.
Yeah.
So you actually never turned it off for 42 hours straight, even for gas?
Nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Leave it on.
That's impressive and insane.
Testing the Toyota, man.
At the gas station, good place for it.
Yeah.
All that to skate the barracks.
Straight to the barracks.
Was it worth it?
Dude, switch big heel boards and all that stuff, dude. It's so worth it. It was good. Oh, watching Mikey Taylor film his Battle Commander. I'm just like, okay, it's pretty cool. It's fun.
You had a part in one of the most underrated videos out there, True Blue, getting buck all over the streets. Can you take us behind the scenes on the Switch Tray 5.0, your ender?
The Switch Tray 5.0 was like a 4-trip back ordeal, and it has limited run up, so you have to bring like 4 pieces of plywood to get the right like setup, throw down, and what else? It was just like hard to get a filmer there because it was in San Jose, and I was always like putting out feelers like, hey, you want to come up? And they're like, I got this to do. I'm working with them and this and that. I'm just like, all right. Finally got like the trip up there, and I was like really determined the 4th time going there. And I'd always like been locking them and just like, how am I going to get this through? And it's just a Switch 5.0 once I do the first part. And just eventually landed it, and I'm wearing like an Asphalt Yacht Club jersey. And,
yeah.
And it's lit. I was so stoked. Yeah,
that was a psycho clip, man.
It just had to happen. It was one of those things and that I knew would change a lot for me. So just did it.
That's crazy that it was hard for you to get a filmer to film that trick of all, like such a hammer. Yeah,
it was easy, but it was such a pipe dream. And people were like, what are you talking? Like, I'm like, look, I did it on this little hubba right here. I'm like, come on up.
Fucking bolts, man.
Good times.
Switch Tray gang. Actually, you mentioned Asphalt Yacht Club, and we're talking Switch Trays. I don't know if you remember, you did a demo in Toronto with Asphalt Yacht Club a million years ago.
Yeah.
And I think Ryan Allen was showing you guys around, and that's our homie. And I was like, I just came up to you. I think that was the first time I ever said it. I was like, yo, Switch Tray gang. And you were like, yeah.
Like, yes. Someone get this guy out of here.
I fucking forgot about that. Yeah.
I was like, I'm in. Whatever.
Yeah. Do you remember that by any chance? It was so random.
I for sure remember the demo because it was the demo where Nyjah is skating down the hubba and rail on both sides, doing backside flip nose grind around and like crazy stuff down the rail. And yeah, that was a good demo, but I can't say I remember that exactly. I was probably like,
well, I think if I remember correctly, I have pretty bad memory, but I think that was the first time I ever said those words together. Switch Tray gang.
That's so sick.
And now I say it all the damn time.
My man.
Blake, OG.
The first member.
Yeah, the first member.
Thanks for putting me in.
Before you even knew it was a gang, yeah. But Blake denied it. He's like, Ryan,
no,
who
he
is
was
this
down.
fucking
I
guy?
can't remember what he said, but he was just like, or something.
Yes.
He's
good
like,
stuff.
I'm in.
Well,
I'm never mean to the demo goers. I gotta be really nice.
No.
Yeah, that was me back in the day. Still to this day, we're just demo goers, man.
Yeah, honestly.
Keep the dream alive. Dude.
Never too cool for a demo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So True Blue comes out, you kill it. That whole video was fucking so sick. Rewatched it today.
Thanks, man.
But then Decline's coming to an end. What's going on behind the scenes? with Decline ending and then you making the jump to Nike?
I'd say it was like a lot longer before the video came out that I knew I was going to ride for Nike. It was like a year into filming the video, and then I knew like we had a lot left, kind of like I had like a couple of tricks, but I knew I needed a bunch more to like prove myself, and it was kind of like a crazy decision to finish that part instead of just jumping on to a Nike contract right then and there. Like Scuba was like, hey, Eric's like, yo, like, what's up? You want to like do this? I'm just like, I got to finish the Decline video respectfully. And then I'm so glad I did, because it turned out to be another one to where people remember like some tricks I did in there, and it was an impactful video and it was edited good. And Kevin Barnett was, he was a good dude to have around to film you and make you look how you needed to look.
For sure. That's twice now, man. Loyalty first. You're like, yo, Toy Machine, back up.
Just hold on a second.
Nike, pump the brakes, man.
I'm not trying to gloat on my loyalty, but
So wait, was Decline done as a company by the time you switched, or did you still leave before?
The video came out. We're all at the premiere, and that dude Jimmy Origi is like, it's like still on the internet. In the little interview, he walks up to me and he's like, "So when are you gonna tell him?
Are you gonna at least wait till the morning to tell Sinclair? You're not even gonna tell him? He's quitting. You're gonna have to, right?"
And I was like, I was like, yo, chill. I was like, not here, like not right now. And
wow,
like let the video play out. Full, like you're killing me. And they play the video, and we have a great night and everything. Everyone's stoked. And then like a week later, I was like, yo, I've been holding it in a while, guys. I'm gonna have to depart. I just like texted everyone separately, and then they all understood. They were all like, I get it. And then pretty much 2 or 3 months later, I started hearing about like actual falling through of the brand, and I was like, damn. Like all my homies, like thankfully most of them spread out and found a better place to go for them, and it all worked out. But yeah, shoe brands will come and go. Shoe brands will come and go.
It's all your fault, man. Fuck.
Stop, please.
Yeah, you were the first piece to the puzzle, bro.
No, it was like Matt B, Chad Tim. That team was stacked. Pat Burke, Nick Merlino, they were all top pros at that point. Like switchback 3 down, way bigger stuff than I'm ever gonna switchback 3. Chad Tim, Switch King, like switchback Smith, big spin out for no reason. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that shit. That was really sick video. Matt Bennett's part, so fucking G.
Bennett grind gap out past the thing, like actually battling it. And I'm like, dude.
Yeah, you hit that MBD, back 180, switch feeble, front 180.
Yes.
Ender. Yeah.
Damn.
Classic.
One of those ones you don't know about until it plays on the screen. You're keeping that one secret from all of us.
So you clearly established yourself as a pro skater, and then in 2021, make the move back to Florida. What made you want to move back, and do you think it's still beneficial to make the move to Cali as a younger skater trying to come up?
I think it's pretty important to just go over there and meet everyone that's like running all these brands that are going to like pay you to have a job under them. So that's like the first part. And I knew that. I'm not like a friggin' show stopping celebrity. They're not just going to give me whatever I want without me going there. You know what I mean? Like you got to put in your work and your time. And I just felt like it was that time for me. I had been there for like 9-10 years, and 3 of them were rough. I'm like, I'm good. Like coming up, trying to actually get my like stuff rolling and have a real career. So yeah, it was like the first 3 years like hard, and then like I was having a good time with it in Long Beach and just traveling, like going up to LA skating, and it all just got like old to me. The only thing I can say is like I miss all my friends out there, but I don't miss like the rat race for like going to kickflip crook the spot before someone else. And
Yeah.
Hopefully the photographer comes out. I don't know. There's always something going on. I like know what I can work with what I have here. And if there is no one to work with, I just relax and do something else that's beneficial for my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. It was time.
Yeah.
Time to go home. Do you have a photographer and some filmers?
Got a few around here, yeah. It was like a little dry in the beginning of the year, last year. And I was just doing a bunch of traveling for like the Nike video and for Spitfire for that part still. And then when that got put out, both of those got put out. Past 6 months, just been filming when I can, and had John Morello move home. He's like girl Krell Tap filmer from the past 8 years. So he knows what he's doing. It's like my good friend growing up. He's helping me a bunch now over here. Miami's always got filmers. West Palm is like the duplex squad. They're all killing it all the time. JC Tommaso, just like there's like a blazing trail from everywhere he comes from. He's so gnarly. Like Jace did this, Jace did that, Jace is doing this now. I'm like, damn. Just terrorizing.
Love it. Skating with Zion out there ever?
Love skating with Zion. Yeah, I was going to his house a lot when I first moved home because he was home more. And he's got like a bunk bed system in his house for whoever, whenever. And he was sweet enough to just be like, yeah, anytime anyone's coming down, just come skate with us and just bunk up. And that was always easy. I haven't been over there in a while, but he's a man. Foy and Zion, just a irreplaceable duo.
Yeah. Fuck. Keeping the motivation high.
Yeah.
So you eventually parted ways with Toy Machine. What was behind that decision, and what's next on the board side of things for you?
Parting ways with Toy was not the easiest decision, but it was like just a couple years of stagnancy and like miscommunication can go a long way. So I just felt like I needed to step up and step out into whatever else I could find, if that makes sense. I just couldn't continue on. I don't know. I just couldn't. I couldn't like get a graphic back, or get a graphic, look at it, and just be bummed again, or whatever it was. Like there was just always something. Love Don, still love Mike. Ed's cool. I'm just like, we're all doing everything we want to do still. So hopefully I didn't mess anything up. And I'm just trying to move along and starting my own board company now with a couple of friends.
Shit. Let's go.
Yeah, just like needed another outlet and gathered some friends up, and it's soon to drop. So keep a lookout.
Fucking breaking news.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's what we love to hear.
When's it coming?
Supposedly the ad's turned in, so I mean sooner than later, like next month or two. I'm still filming stuff for it right now, like trying to film stuff.
Oh shit. You doing like a little video and an ad kind of thing?
All the above. Here, I'll show you what I got today off cam.
There we go. Whew.
Damn.
Kind of like a bad landing, but it's one of those ones where you have to like thrust it.
Let's go.
That was earlier.
What's the name gonna be, man? Is it gonna be
mean,
something to do with the cheeks, or the cheeks are out?
No. It's a super normal name that we just all came upon, and we're in agreement. Just ran it.
Perfect.
It's
It is the hardest part, man.
It's written subliminally behind me on the wall like 10 times, but yeah, you'll see it. You'll know the name.
Nice.
I hope so.
Sick.
I hope you know the name.
Well, I've actually heard a little bit of whispers about it, but not too much. So you're part of like, it's you and a couple friends are like the three partners in this, and then you're picking a team out. Is the team already selected?
The team is small and selected. It's me and two AMs. And the management is a couple people that one of them I grew up with and one of them I've been close with for a while. Kevin Perez is going to be the video studio editing and like overseeing like whatever else. And Joe Face is going to be doing some marketing and other involvement.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Sick.
yeah, it's just a three or four way tie we got going on, and just going to make it what we can.
The big three, man. We got nothing but love
Look
for
at
Kev
that.
and Joe, man. And
That's
you
awesome.
now. All
Yeah, bro.
homies.
Yeah, stoked.
It's
Good luck,
a fucking
man.
industry
Hyped to see it.
insider had the info, eh?
I know, right? Who spilled the beans over there?
Adrian Wojnarowski of the fucking skate game, dude.
I can't
Can't get
reveal
anything
my
by 'em.
sources, man.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, you can tell me, but I already know. That's good. I'll act surprised because I am
You got
excited,
to.
man.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like just looking around for a board sponsor is like going to like a store that you don't like and just being like, I didn't like anything in there. I don't know.
It's a massive board wall. And as a kid, you'd like fucking 40 different things. And
Yeah.
now you're in your 30s and you're like, nope, not one thing in there. I'm looking
Yeah, I
for, to
just
be
don't
honest
know.
with you.
Word.
Are there still blanks around? Like, I'm not sure that exists anymore.
I've been hitting many blanks on this
Yeah.
little hiatus right here because we don't have them fully. They're like getting printed right now, but yeah, I'm like still riding a damn blank. It's pretty insane.
It's kind of dope.
So mysterious all the time.
That's how you would know that a pro is looking for a new sponsor,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, Blake's on the blanks, man. That's awesome. So from, an up and coming company we can't wait to see to one of our favorite companies of the past. We just had Riley Hawk on, and he had some Asphalt Yacht Club stories for us.
Yes.
You had the honor of being on the squad as well.
Oh, yeah.
Any AYC stories for the people, man?
Dude, there's so many good ones, and like I knew this would come up, so I just was like racking my brain. Just Stevie bringing us on these trips was such a pleasure. Like him, like in the flesh, like ready to rip and like have fun. He was like, homie, like this is sick. Like he's like, yeah, let's go to the mall in between the next spot. Like I want a PlayStation to put in the middle right here. And we literally like we're in between like Jaws like jumped something like a huge like 20 stair like over a rail, kickflip melon or something. We're on our way to a hubba. He's like, yeah, mall, go. Like we got it. And he just went in there, grabbed it up. He like got the Wi-Fi system and everything for like remote Wi-Fi. And back this is like 10 years ago. I don't even know how he got this thing. So we ran that the whole trip, and just every trip we went on. The Canada trip was sick. That was with a bunch of distributor people and investors. That we go to an investor dinner, and all these dudes they're loaded down. Like they thought they were going to like some nice dinner with these like with their people that they're investing with, and we just pull up like me, Figgy, Riley, D-Rex, Stevie, and we're in this like beautiful conference room, and they have like hors d'oeuvres everywhere, and it's just like us, and we're talking to him about big biz, and we're like he's like, yeah, I made the veggie chip, like one of the dudes. I was like the veggie chips, and he's like, yeah, that's me.
Oh shit. What the fuck? Billionaire thing.
Yeah. So that's the type of people that they had on their side at the time. It was like, it was real. And then obviously renting a yacht at the mansion that they rented on Star Island in Miami for our first trip. Hey, come on down to Miami. I'm like, oh, that's an easy trip for me. I'll be there. Okay. And like third day, there's just a yacht parked. And I had my girlfriend at the time is my wife now, and we've been together a long time. Shoutouts here. So I invited her down, and we go to get on the yacht, and she's like, babe, there's like girls on the yacht that are naked. And I was like,
Good luck
like
explaining
naked. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah. She's like, that's so weird. I'm like, it's for Stevie. Like, just come. Like, whatever.
Yeah, you're lucky you brought her, or else you would have been fucked.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I mean,
Bro, if she
I'm
wasn't
just-
there and saw some photos later,
yeah,
it changed the course of your life.
It would have been over.
It's there
Yeah.
for Stevie, man.
Meant to
And it's
be.
actually like to everyone else, it like makes sense. Like, oh yeah, it's for Stevie.
Yeah.
She's probably like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
yeah.
Bro, we need Stevie to start a new clothing brand, and we need to get on a trip somehow. Sounds.
I would
He
love
did.
that.
He hit us up recently, and he's like, I have an idea for your guys' clothing. And I was like, what is it? And he has like T-shirts that have come out with like QR codes embedded in the tag.
What?
And he's like, well, embed the codes in the tag, and then they just scan them, and it goes to your website. I was like,
Wow.
Stevie, we sell like 14 T-shirts a year, man. I'm not sure this is for us, but I like the thought. Thank
where
you.
your
for all
head's
of it,
at.
man.
You're
Yeah,
doing us good.
yeah.
Yeah, he's
Damn,
a man.
all right. AYC
Legend.
round 2. Let's do it. Get
So
the
good.
veggie chip guy back, and we're good.
That's all we need.
Get
It's
the
a
yacht.
wrap.
Oh
Fuck
man.
it.
Yeah, he was really sweet too. When I went on to ride for Nike and Nike Apparel, I had to quit AYC. Called him and I was like, "Hey, Stevie, man, I'm sorry. Like, I seriously appreciate you bringing me on this ride. Like, so cool." He's like, "What are you doing? You gonna quit?" I was like, "Yeah, I got an offer from Nike." He's like, "Hell yeah." He's like, "Do that." I was like, "All right, like that's it." And he's like, "Yeah, man." Like, so cool.
Oh,
That's what's
wicked.
up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What's the story behind the water balloon A1A toss challenge?
Damn, who's telling you these good ones, huh? I wonder.
It's got to be
Hey,
your homies, man.
You plugged me in with your close homies. What do you think's gonna happen?
Let's see. Oh, TJ definitely was saying that then. So we thought it was smart to like mess with everyone at all times. Like, we had airsoft guns that we would like open up, whoever was in the passenger seat, open up their passenger window like this much, stick the little orange barrel out, and just pew, and then the window goes up, and the people next to you are just like, "What? How did a rock just hit my window that hard from the side?" And we just thought that was funny, and we just would move on to like even crazier stuff. Like, my friend got in a fight with the Pizza Hut driver and just like launching every drink we had at this Pizza Hut driver. And then
Fucking poor bastard.
and then after that, it was probably soon after that, we just thought it was funny to like go and fill up a bunch of water balloons and just ride down the main street here and just be blasting people. But that's so
you guys were terrible, man.
so terrible. Like, honestly,
Yeah.
I don't even know what was wrong with us. But we got caught and we didn't do it again. The cop like shined his flashlight in the bucket and it's just a bunch of popped water balloons. Like, he's like, "Go home. Like, now." Like, that's
Damn.
not funny. And we're just like,
That's a good cop, man.
"Yeah, I can't believe you let us go."
Yeah.
Like, we
Some
weren't
kids
we'd go
fucking
like
around.
25, 30. I'm sure one of them hurt. I'm sorry to whoever I did that to.
Yeah.
Back to skating for a sec.
Yeah.
You're gonna say back to Squid Games?
I don't know
Back
what
to
was
square
coming out of
one.
my mouth.
Back to Squid. One.
Switch flip back tail. One of your go-to tricks, I'd say one of your tricks you're known for, but you did maybe arguably the best one ever, the rail in Philly. Can you take us behind the scenes on that session?
I had never been to Philly before. That was one thing, but I was filming with Aunt Travis all the time at that point. We were kicking it tough, and he's from there. He knows like the ins and outs of the community and the spots. And I was like, "We gotta go while we film this video." I was like, "I'm gonna try to switch full back tail that thing." He's like, "No, you're not." He's like, "You will not even try that." He's like, "It's dumb that you're even saying that out loud." I'm like, "All right." Like, I really want to do that. I think it's time. Like, I did all these little other rails and I feel like that thing looks like it would go. And he's just like, "It's out of your realm, bro." I'm like, "All right." I'm like, now I really want to go. So we get a flight booked through Nike and we're filming Trust Fall, and we had like a lot of support during that. So they're like, "Wherever you want to go, just tell us." And we went straight there for 4 or 5 days. Me, Donovan, Piscopo, and Ant, and maybe someone met up, but I feel like it was just us, like 3. And we went to the spot the first night we were there, and I just look at it. I don't even have my board. And the next day we check it out again. I'm on the other side of the plaza next to the ledges. And I'm like, all right, first time here. This place is cool. A bunch of skaters. I was like, damn, these cracks are big in between all these tiles. Like, damn. I'm like, whatever. Warm up a little bit on the ledges. And then just to like shake it completely off, I'm like, I'm gonna run at this rail right now and just try one. Like, it's just like a switch backside flip when you try the first one. Mm-hmm. So I just try one, and I'm like, just get it right there. Like, it almost touches the rail after it flips, and like people are just like, yo, what's that dude doing? Like, because they trip out when you actually like try to do a really hard, gnarly trick at that spot. Like, at that point, they're just like, yo, what's this dude doing? Like, trying way too hard.
You didn't try a 50. You didn't try.
I did not. Board slide, nothing. And I just went straight into trying it, and it happened like an hour later, I think.
Wow. First sesh
at Muni, and I think the last, because I didn't go back after that. I feel bad for just not being
What did Ant have to say after landing that, man?
I smeared his face in a pile of steaming hot. No. For real though, I was like, he was just stoked. He was like, damn, like, you really did it. And then got to close out the video, and super happy about that.
Yeah. Anytime that rail comes up, I always like tell Dono, like, yo, it's actually fucked when you look at that thing, because it's so high at the top and it doesn't get much lower. Like, yeah. I remember Tyshawn's nollie crook was so impressive just because of that. But when I saw the switch flip back tail, I shit a brick, man. Steaming hot.
I don't know what it is. I feel like all I do is lift my right shoulder above the rail, and like the way I flick a switch backside flip, it like just meets with my knee like perfectly square, and I just touch my tail in. And after I've touched my tail in, it's gonna go down.
That's crazy.
You got your sights set on another one, or was that the ender?
I have like variations, and maybe there could be a bigger one if I find the right one, but that one was just natural. Like, I love the dimensions. I think I can do that, and it was just one of those things where I could do it.
Iconic spot too.
Nothing better than claiming something before you've ever been there.
For real. Yeah. Definitely a drunk claim at that point. drinking so heavily. I probably had drinks that day too, and I'm not going to boast about it, but good times.
Worked out, man.
Yeah, win some, you lose some, but exactly. You won that one.
There you are, laying in a trash can just outside Manchester, England. Your life as a condom was quick, dirty, and ended just outside a pub named the Old Nag's Head. This was not at all what you expected when you were produced and wrapped in glossy plastic with a cool print on top. After a few days of self-reflecting humiliation, the trash can is emptied and poured into a garbage truck. This really sucks. You close your small condom eyes, and even though the road is bumpy and you're able to fall asleep, thank God. As you wake up, you feel different. You are hard, stiff, and black. Due to a great recycling system of England, you have been reused and reproduced into an ice hockey puck. Talk about a life changer. Before you know it, you're on a plane heading west. The sun may rise in the east, but it settles in a final location, and that's where you land. LA, baby. As you are dropped on the ice, you realize everyone is watching you. It's the last period of Game 7. The Kings against the Rangers. East versus West. It's a tight game, goals firing from both sides. But as the ice dust settles, the Kings have won. You have never been kissed before. Apparently there was no time for that outside the Old Nag's Head in Manchester. But here in LA, everyone wants to kiss you. And as the kissing is done, you are given as a gift to none other than photographer Atiba Jefferson. He took the best picture of the final goal, and now you're on the shelf in his house next to every cool Supreme toy the world has ever seen. Look at me now, Manchester. Look at me now. Who inspired England to build one of the greatest recycling systems in the world that can even turn a condom into a hockey puck? You know exactly who did. CHPO did. The worldwide leader in sunglasses and watches, doing it for the people, turning condoms into hockey pucks. You love coming out of tricks the more awkward way, which is always refreshing to see. Nollie flip nose fakie, heel flip lip fakie, switch flip front board fakie, stuff like that. Are those easier for you at this point, or is it still an extra challenge to give the clip a little something extra special?
I feel like when you're landing a handrail trick, if you like are like landed like any way that doesn't look natural, like it kind of just ruins the whole handrail trick. You gotta like just do it as fluid as you can. And I like a heel flip lip to straight just at the time just sounded like trash. I was like, that sounds like trash. I'm not gonna do that. And then Jeremy's like kickflip front blunting that rail that day, that orange one. Just kickflip front blunt, casual. And I'm like, I gotta do something on this thing. I'm not gonna throw down at it switch. It's like super short run up. Heel flip blip fakie. That's where that one came from. I don't think I've done it since. That was like OD big rail. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, just taking it out the opposite way is just, like you said, more refreshing sometimes. And you've seen 100 kickflip front boards, but like way less to fakie. Just spicing it up, you know?
Yeah, I love that in your parts. But I also like that a lot of times you do both. Like in one part, you'll have a switch flip front board back to switch, but then you could also go all the way around. But that said, some that I didn't see that I feel like would be sick to see from you. Switch flip back tail back to switch, because in your injection part, I don't know if this were all those ones done before the Philly one, because you do 4 in a row,
but
all out to regs. I need one back to switch, baby. I need one back to switch.
I got you.
Yeah.
No, it's like such a
no
joke.
problem.
Such a joke for my closer friends like Ant and Corey Glick, and they're just like, do it back to switch or we don't care. I'm like, do it on a ledge and I won't care still, because you still won't get anywhere near where, like, I don't know. Like, what do you want me to do about it? I'm just doing what I can, you know?
Okay, so switch flip back tail to switch coming. Yeah. And then what else? Switch big flip front board back to switch. I feel like I've been waiting for you or Shane O'Neill to do that one.
You know why I haven't ever done that one?
Why?
It's not a big reason. It's not even a hate reason either. It's just like watching the first person I ever saw do them was CJ Tamburino at a Tampa Am in like 2008 or 9.
Wow. Yeah.
And he was going back to switch. And I was like, that looks so like hard. Like I said, the heel flip blip to regular just wouldn't hit as hard. Mm-hmm. Like it's some about it. It just looks better. It whips around and your tail comes and then you're just like riding out instead of like I like the switch big spin front board back to switch sometimes, but it's I don't know. I guess it's subjective. People want to like be like, do it back to the. Do fakie back tail, but go back to fakie. I'm like, why can't you just hop out? Matt Bennett made it look good.
My thing with that is I always just like knowing the person can do it both ways.
Totally.
Like I feel like it's more of a flex. Like you always, well, not always, but you mostly go out the like more awkward or harder way. Mm. But it's like I just think it's G if you know they can do both. You know what I mean? And I've just never seen switch big flip front board back to switch. So I'm just like waiting for someone.
If that's on your radar, that's an easy one to knock off. I got you.
Let's go, man.
You came to the right guy now, man.
Yeah. Shane has definitely done them too. But I don't know if he's whipped one on a real rail.
Yeah, he's done 2 in parts that I can remember. And then I've seen a bunch in contests that he's done. But he always goes all the way around.
Totally.
The only other one, this one I actually don't like. Period, but switch tray lips the other way around, like to fakie
retired.
So that one back to switch too.
Did one for the gram
back
the other
to switch
because
really
did a switch tray lip back to the other way just because Instagram is seriously like it's at the point where I don't even care what goes on there. Like I'm like, I did a trick. I'm gonna put it's not on the real camera. There's not a real photo of it. Even if it's like not the exact way I want it to be, I'll just like put that shit up. But
Wait, didn't you go to regular on that one? I feel like I saw that one, and you called it like a Fisher Price rail or something.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I went.
Yeah.
I went the bad way, but I have stuck them to switch on multiple rails, just like searching for that. And the main like one that I've always tried is like a switch tray double truck grind on a rail, just like trying to ride that. And I've never gotten that one yet. Tried it multiple times. So
original switch tray gang, man. I'm sure it's coming soon.
For some reason, the 5.0, it's because when you switch tray, it's not natural to point a switch tray down this way. Like to get it, like when people tray flip 50 down a hubba, it's like, I don't know, like that's a little easier because it's a tray flip and it's not switch. I guess, but just like pointing, it just goes into 5.0 because I like go like that and the rail is going down. So my board's like actually like almost level when it's 5.0.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make it like, okay, point it down, make it go down that way. But I'll find the right way for it one day.
Has anyone done that? Switch tray 50-50 down something?
No, never.
Not that I can think of. But
here we go.
The legend of all legends, switch tray, nose grind guy.
And Antonio did the nose blunt.
Yeah, and the nose blunt.
I pointed him straight over there. I was like, you got to do this. And then he did it.
So sick.
It's the rail.
That was actually insane.
Crazy.
Man.
It's a good rail.
Yeah.
Can you take us behind the scenes on your Switchback 3, the bump to bar, the one heard round the world, man?
Oof. That's another one of those go back a few times until I finally have the right board grip wheel combo and head spinning. Like as soon as you catch your head 270, you're basically, you could like land it. Like as soon as it's your head and your one of your whatever shoulder it is that's in the front when you're going switch. And I just like was doing that trick a lot. And I've always kind of had that trick like over a hip, but I don't do it the scoop way at all. Like I've only done it the scoop way like twice, like on flat or like off like a little ramp. So I do a switchback 180 and I try my best to rip it out of the air. And that one just came around and I'd stuck multiple before. And that day I just got lucky and had 3 good filmers there. And they closed the business and I just started trying it and it worked in like 7 tries that day or something.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
That one, the shoes, everything about that clip was fucking just like made it like pop.
Yes.
That was fucking insane.
I wore the worst shoes. So sick.
Yeah. Our boy, Jacob Williams that we grew up skating with, I feel like he switched back threes like Blake, like just the biggest switchback 180, and then he's just like, yo, we ain't done.
Keeps going.
Yeah.
Straight up.
No scoop to his.
Hats off to you on that one, man. That was fun.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, it's just like catching a fish. Rip it out the air.
I'll take your word for it. So SOTY season just wrapped up, man. You just said you got a new board brand coming. I'm sure you're super hyped on the results of this year. Is that something you've ever set your eyes on? What's the future got in store for Blake and a SOTY chase? Because you're one of the few people with the skill to actually do it.
I wanted to like make a run for it last year. And like you always have all these plans, like this will happen then, and then we could do that. And it just like Jamie did it 2 years, 3 years in advance. I remember hanging out with him when I moved home to Florida. Like, nah, 2024 is my year again. I'm like, are you serious? Like, you know this? Yeah. I'm just like, holy cow. So yeah, like that's how you must think deeply when you're trying to get SOTY. You must.
Oh yeah.
You
must have what it takes. So yeah, I was like doing what I could, put the Spitfire part out, and then I thought I might maybe have a few more things lined up. Thought the Nike video was going to be longer, but I only got like a minute flat in that one. Needed more of like a presence in that, and then I would have had, if I would have had one more part, that might have put me in like the contender or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it
if
just
we
works.
learned anything, yeah. Well, it was for sure like it wasn't surprising because when Jamie Foy, everyone knows he's the biggest beast, but I remember last year, just at one point it hit me like, oh, he hasn't like had much come out this year, and then I'm like, oh, it's all next year.
Plan.
So if we learned anything from Jamie, maybe it's Blake Carpenter Sodi 2026, man.
Hey, let me get that.
You got
you
got to start fucking stacking it all.
And just for the record, he held out on clips and still got Sodi. Like, I know of stuff that Jamie did that like was insane, and he didn't put it out. So that's just a nugget for like y'all.
He's got more.
Yeah,
Not surprising.
he's a nutcase. Hardest working skater. Congrats, Jamie.
So, board brand coming out. Potential Sodi run in 26. But what's next for Blake Carpenter, man?
What's next? Man, I'm just trying to stay as healthy as possible. Like, just don't drink like I did before. Going to church, just doing everything I can to be a good boy, you know? Loving my life. As long as I have my wife and my family, and yeah, it sounds like every other man you've probably ever heard. Like, yeah, that's all I need. I'm happy. Pro skating has brought me a lot, and I just want to give as much back as I can to it and use my physical ability to the utmost, and just have fun doing it.
Hell yeah, G.
Yeah.
Yo, special. Yeah, good luck, especially with the board brand, man. That's going to be exciting for you and channel some creativity and keep you motivated to bang out clips as the face of the brand, man.
Exactly.
No pressure.
No, I appreciate that.
And them switch flip back tails back to switch. I'm waiting.
Oh, it's coming. Now that I've been called out publicly.
Yeah, when you hit 4 in a row all the way around.
All the way back to switch.
Bro.
All of them back to switch. 4 in a row back to switch in the next play.
Yeah. Rewind that back.
I feel the heat from here.
Yo, it's Rapid Fire with the Ghost, and this week we're honored to be brought to you by the fastest wheels in the game. It's Spitfire Wheels, baby. And they let us in on a little secret. They're about to release a whole bunch of shit any day now for their first drop of 2025. First, a collab with the Atlantic Drift Crew on conical fulls, those candy-looking sapphire cruisers, and of course, some jellyfish-inspired classic swirl apparel. Then, if you ain't afraid of some urethane colors, they've got that too with the new classic formula color-ups and ADHD super wide cruisers in seafoam green for all the filmers out there. Keep your eye on your local for all the new shit, alongside all staples, Formula 4 conical fulls, radials, tablets, lock-ins, and every wheel Spitfire has to offer. All the finest shops got what you need. 5024, Brockton Haunt, Good News for our fellow Canadians, and Prestige, World Conspiracy, Skate Supply, Satellite Board Shop, Switch Skateboarding, Central Board Shop if you're down south. Hit them up, and don't forget to tell them the Bunt sent you. I know you're on your good boy shit, but let's see if we can get some shots popping.
Let's do this.
Favorite skater?
Eric Costin.
Favorite video?
Looking at my notes. I wrote like 4 down. I got to pick right now. I'm just going to flip sorry. Mm-hmm. First, and still one of the most memorable in my eyes.
Hell yeah. Favorite video part?
Ali Lulala. Really sorry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sick one.
Pirate love is what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's so good. Like nuts. His switch flips don't do something that only one other person I know does it like that. Antonio Doral. Like they like literally go front side.
Sides.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I always would try to emulate that, but mine didn't turn out like that.
Hey, your best one, I think, was when you curve in off the street over the fence, the big ass fence thing to drop. That was flawless
A
execution.
switch flip
Yeah.
over a fence.
Over the, not like a fence. Like, I don't know. It's like,
Oh, there was like
maybe
a
someone's
prop up.
driveway.
I think so. I think I remember.
It's in the Nike video. You come up and then you go backside over, like kind of into a hill over, like, I don't know if it's a white fence or something.
Yeah. That San Pedro jump over the thing. Yeah, Chima ollied like all the way past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was stoked on that one. Little floater.
That was flawless execution.
Thank you, brother.
Favorite style?
We go with Pat Burke because he just gets jiggy with it.
Yeah, oh, he does.
Another member of the Switch Tray gang.
That roll away where he's like,
yeah,
it's stuck in my mind.
Actually, the best. Which skater had the biggest influence on the way you skate?
Probably P-Rod, Paul Rodriguez. Flip in, slide, hubba, rail. Nothing too wild, just like real goal oriented with the kick flips in, and it's kind of how I got like how I am right now.
Hell yeah, the Rod Father, most talented skateboarder on planet Earth.
I'd say Jamie Foy. Ishad Ware. Yeah, it's like so close between so many people. Westgate, like I don't know. All those dudes could have got Sody this year.
Real talk. Favorite trick?
Nollie heel.
Hardest trick for you?
Hard flip.
Most illegal trick?
No slide nollie flip.
You're done with those, eh?
If I see one more, y'all are done. Like,
they're everywhere.
I've had such a gnarly ongoing joke with my homie. We send them back and forth, and there's like 400 like in this thread. Like seriously, like so many, an overwhelming amount. No more.
Yeah. Yo,
please.
2024 might have been the year of the no slide nollie flip, or maybe like the last 2 years. Because I agree, it's an epidemic. What's the favorite clip you've ever gotten?
Just call it the Switch Tray 5.0 because the most memorable so far, I think. Just foot right in and no sketch. Just can picture it still when I watch it.
So AYC fucking jersey.
Up.
The most G shit.
You know the ones that stink? That you're like, what the hell? Yeah, it was one of those. Football jersey.
Hell yeah. Worst trend you've been a part of?
Girl pants from Walmart.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's not bad, man.
I don't know. That's a pretty bad one. I was like,
Reynolds and the boys had that influence, man.
Taking them from my sister. She's like, where are all my Jordache pants, Blake?
What's the gnarliest trick you've ever witnessed?
Dude, I've been on countless trips with so many gnarly people. But it had to have been something like Jaws did. Like he's like rolling in on this roof that's like mellow grade, and then there's like a spiked fence like 15 feet away, and then there's a blacktop bank that you go into. And he's rolling up. It's like slippery up there. It's dusty. I'm just like so afraid the whole time.
Yeah.
And then he cranked an ollie.
Jeez.
And it's just like, just simple for him. Like, but nobody would ever get up there and ever think about trying to jump some of the things that he did.
Yeah. Is he still hucking like that? Because like that's like a shorter window of a pro career when you you pick spots like that.
For real. Like he was on a tear. It was 3 years straight. Like I witnessed a lot of it. And just basically all of those things that Jaws had going on back then. I would be tripping every time. Like, yo, this is too tall. Like 15 and a half, 16 feet. Like, please don't. He's like, I'm doing it.
The fucking
that, bro.
Dude.
But he's like healed and he's like skating differently now. The way like he has adapted to skate. He can't jump that hard, I don't think, anymore. He's really good at transition though. He'll like back three kickflip melon over like those center pieces, and it's like, yo.
He was always good like that though at transition too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the one trick that got away?
Can remember almost the exact date because I have the photo in my phone of homie at the spot, but it was in 2017, and I'm like, I forget what I was filming for. It's probably a toy video, like one of those toy videos. And I stuck a switchable backtail big spin out down a decent sized rail, and like a couple times like sticking it and just like going back for that like way more times than like any of my other tricks I probably tried. So just a solid switchable backtail big spin is all I need. Yeah, I'll feel better when I get that one.
Damn, that'd be epic.
Yeah.
I remember when Applier did the kickback tail big spin, the first one.
Yeah.
And I feel like Tom Penny like leaked it in an interview, like in a written interview. Like he said he saw it, and I remember reading that, and it was like too crazy for it to be real. And then it came out in the video, and you're like, holy fuck.
So awesome. Yeah, shout out Appleyard. He was definitely top 3 when I was growing up, along with
for sure
the flip dudes.
All day. Yeah, I feel like
he was on one.
He seems like someone that you might have like looked up to with the bag
100%.
of tricks.
I got most of them besides his tray flip, so I wish I could emulate that one. He has such a good one somehow. Like
the best.
Yeah.
But the nollie flip in, nollie heel in shit all day.
All day. Yeah, him, Justin Eldridge, P Rod, like all those. Kale Nusk. Yeah, man. Nollie heel crookers.
And because Kale Nuss got the kick crook like you too, or you got it like him.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the biggest bunt you've ever witnessed?
It's not that big of a bunt, but it bums me out. Like when you pull up to your favorite restaurant that you like hype up, especially when you're like bringing a homie and you pull up to it and it's just closed on that day, like every day of the week, but you forget and you pull up anyways, and you're just like, now I gotta eat. Fuck. Now I gotta figure all this out. Like, yeah, that's the worst, biggest bunt.
That's a good one. Me and Donald used to do that together. We'd bunt like on both, like we both knew it, but we went to this one burger spot probably like 7 different times on a Monday.
That's what I'm saying.
I think remember when we were doing the burger tour of Toronto, but we were trying to go to Dangerous Dan's, and we went there. Yeah. Well, we
had to go across the street one time.
To McDonald's?
No,
it was one of the shadiest strip clubs of all time.
It
was across the street,
dude.
And we're in there where I think we ordered chicken wings in this.
You did. I refused to eat.
Low grade strip club. It was dark in there, dingy. And on the way out, I think Safa, you like just had ankle surgery too, so he was on crutches. And he was like, imagine if someone saw us walk out of here on like a Monday afternoon. We were like in our early 20s at the time. And we walk out and there's one of Safa's best friends riding by on the bus. And he just starts screaming at us on the bus at the top of his lungs, like creating the biggest scene, like laughing at us and screaming. We're like, well, that's what it would be like if someone saw us.
See what happens when you go to a restaurant that's closed, dude?
That was bad. That was
the worst day of your life.
It was so funny. Because I'm literally coming down the stairs on crutches. It's like, why the hell are you going into a strip club on crutches? And Donald just ate the wings. It was just like the worst combo ever.
They fried them in some 10-year-old oil back there.
Yeah, so that one hits home, man. We know all about pulling up to closed restaurants.
I hate when they close for 1 or 2 days of the week.
I'm glad that one hit.
What's the last new trick you learned?
Damn, learned them. I promise. Maybe like just like switch heel back tails, or like how to actually do a proper frontside 5-0 on a round rail.
Oh, okay.
Just like it's the little things. Once you like have done like so much on your board, you're like, why can't I tweak my board that way? Like, I wish I could melon and bust my tail out that way. Like I can't. Like there's just little things that you want to do on a board.
Mm-hmm.
And just those things, like tweaking a certain way or like touching my nose while do a 5.0 or something.
Switch heel back tail. It's a G1.
Back to switch only.
Yo, let's go.
Miles is so good at that trick.
Yeah, actually the best. What's your dream job after skating?
Like maybe like a human resource officer at the high school or something. Make sure
Sick.
kids don't get in too much trouble. I feel like I'm like really good voice of reason sometimes.
Now with your wisdom after
Trying
going
to
through it
steer
yourself.
my peeps
Yeah.
in a positive direction.
That's a great one. Favorite local brand?
Just like the plus skate shops in Florida. There's really not too many local brands that are like on the radar. Like Miami just started blowing up again, and they have like Edgelord and Andrew, and those are like our local brands now. And in Orlando, yeah, nobody's running a brand, so I got a wide market to hit. I'm gonna be hitting every skate shop like yo.
Yeah, you got some
Yeah,
space to take over.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, and you ride for a skate shop in Texas, man. Florida, man.
I know. Yeah, that's the homie. Geometric Shouts.
Hell yeah.
We just got introduced like when I moved home. He came on a trip and he was like filming Kyle Walker 50-50, that long rail in Miami in front of the arena. And we just met on that trip, and ever since then he's like, you want to fly out and skate, and you want to do this, you want to do that? I'm like, I guess I ride for the shop now, I think. And
He's like, yo,
he's
if
just
you need grip tape, I'll send it to you.
he's just like
Don't ask for anything
supportive.
else.
He's like ready to film, ready to like plan a trip, and then we just like fell in like that. We were just bros.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. Thanks, George.
Geometric Shouts. Favorite local skater?
Burt Wooten.
Sick.
Yeah, like
Oh yeah.
still putting out parts like a savage. Got a gnarly car accident last year, and like just wasn't like looking like he was gonna get 100% anytime soon. Then all of a sudden he's like good, and he's like, yeah, I'm skating again. Like I was like, holy cow. Like, and then like soon after just puts like a part out in that Plus video.
Wow. That's awesome.
So he's just like keeping it going. He was one of the first people that I moved out with to LA. It was like me, him, Grant, and a couple others. So it's like wishing he's like, he was like on a path to somewhere in skating, but people go their own ways, and he's doing his thing. He's happy. Still skating though.
That's what's up, man. Love to hear it. The bounce back. What's the one sponsor you regret riding for?
I don't know if I regret it because it got me like half of what I have, but let me see if I can zoom. Can I zoom in on that? You see this? That little crown, it says? Like on the wall right here. That was my first sponsor. And it was crown with a K, and then there was a crown with a C. And the crown with the C dudes were the cool dudes. And the crown with the K was like so whack. Like that kid's serious right now. And I was getting so many free boards, and I was like 13 from these people. And I mean, it was good for the time, but those boards were terrible. Like I don't even know where they came from. They were just new, and I would set them up and they'd fall apart. And yeah, they gave me my first ad though, and a glimpse into what it would be like trying to like get things together.
Hey, shout out Crown, man.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah.
Favorite teammate ever?
Favorite teammate. I'm gonna go Jeremy Liabres.
Sick.
My man.
Hell yeah. Cons, you know what to do, man.
I was
Write the
banging
check,
their
baby.
line the other day. They already know I'm on their ass.
Worst teammate ever?
Worst teammate is whoever is not ready and like always has to be picked up, and they're like in some girl's house across town. Like you're like waiting on the keys to the van. You're like, dude, what are you doing? Like you gotta get back here. Yeah, whoever that is. I don't know who it is, but it's someone. It's happened. It's happened.
We all know who it is. A lot of people.
Exactly.
Worst company.
Alpine clothing or like Elwood or something.
Oh, Elwood.
Elwood.
Classic.
I don't know. Maybe like World after it tanked. Worst. Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
The ending stages of World was definitely not what it once was.
Yeah.
Worst trend.
Worst trend is just trying to look like you're a celebrity when you're just a kid on Instagram. Like post to your friends on Instagram. Let them think you're cool before everyone else thinks you're cool. Like just do your thing. I don't know.
Worst style.
It's like such an easy hit, but Nate Sherwood.
Legend.
Is that harsh?
No.
Just kind of the worst style. Like it's like
he might even agree.
He's a homie. He follows me, I think. So sorry, Nate.
Not anymore.
Nate, please keep following me. We can talk about this.
I can work this out.
Like last but not least, man. Who's the last person you want on the sesh?
Vern Laird.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yo,
that's like the second time in recent interviews, isn't it? What did he do? Is there a story here?
Nothing.
Oh, just himself.
Just gunshots. That's it. Yo.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Vern. Appreciate you, though. Appreciate you.
Safe, bro.
I just didn't know who else to say.
We're loyal to Blake right now.
We are,
man.
but he sent us bearings, and he's a nice guy.
Jesus Christ. Oh, well.
Is that all he is to you?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought.
The safest shots are worse now. Yeah.
For fuck's sakes.
Oh, that's awesome. You saved the shots for the end, man.
Yeah. Cool.
I like it. Well, Blake, man, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys. That was a lot easier than I expected. I was a bit scared.
My OG switch tray partner.
Yeah.
You get me.
When it was a 2-man gang.
Appreciate y'all.
Welcome back to the post office, brought to you by our good friends over at Dickey's Skateboarding. Quality workwear since 1922. From the work site to the streets. Ain't nobody keep you fitted like Dickey's, man. Ghost. The post office. We're back. Not much longer to be... Oh my God, that was terrible. The Ghost. Let's get it cracking, man. Who we got up first?
All right. Sparking it. We got Nick Frink in the building. Yo, Bunt boys. About a decade ago, some girl said she couldn't fuck with me because I was a Capricorn. Thinking that was the most bullshit thing I've ever heard, I decided to learn as much about astrology as I could to shove it in her face about how she was wrong. But in that journey of looking into shit, I can't help but notice that most skaters share their zodiac sign with one of their top 3 all-time favorites. And if you really want to nerd out, can find relatable ties to all 3. One funny thing I can't stop thinking about is how most of the April team is Capricorn. Shane's birthday is literally the day after my own. 1990 babies unite. Yuto, Haisa, Kai, and Ish, I am for certain follow Capricorns as well. Deshaun, Aquarius, and Guy, Gemini, are the 2 I know for certain aren't part of that. But according to Border.com, Ronnie is either a New Year's baby or it just defaulted to January 1st, and I have no idea about Noah or Yosef's birthdays, but would think it's hilarious if they also had birthdays in the same realm. What about you guys? Who are your big 3 pros, and do you guys share a sign with any of them? And what are your thoughts on this esoteric spiritual mumbo jumbo? Jesus Christ, eh? Bro.
Well, I don't know how I feel finding out my favorite skater's zodiac sign, man. I don't even know if I want to dive into this.
I could give a flying fuck. But I just think it's crazy that, like, the girl bummed you out so much and then you decided to learn a bunch about it. I feel like you became worse than her and then writing in all this nerdy ass shit about the April team. Like, Nick, bruv, I feel like that girl did a number on you, and I don't know what the hell. Like, you're like more into it than her now, it sounds like. That sucks about her. Like, if a girl ever said that to me, I'd be like, what the hell? Like, I get it, but it wouldn't lead me to then go learn a bunch of shit about it. Like, it's a weird one. And then starting to think about your favorite skaters, signs and shit. To answer your question, what are our thoughts on this esoteric spiritual mumbo jumbo? It's just that mumbo jumbo to me.
You're headed down a dark path, Nick.
Yeah, let's pull you back out, Nick.
Yeah. Just save yourself, bro.
Yeah.
Save yourself. All right. Next up, we've got an email from Brendan Paluski. Sup, fellas? I'll keep it short and sweet. Been thinking about this trick a lot, and I'm wondering what y'all think. I feel like front nose bunt to fakie on a ledge is just a stinking move. I don't know if I'd call it illegal, but I've never seen one I thought looked good. Tyshawn Jones did one in the new like Hardy's tour video that came out. It was pretty good. Liked it. I never thought about it as being bad. The bad part is like when you go straight on and do a nose bunt, you're like kind of cheating. I get that, but I'm good with nose bunt fakie.
I wouldn't go so far as to say it's like illegal or anything, but definitely.
But he said that too. He says it's just stinking.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm sure there's some ones that I'm forgetting about right now that have been dope, but especially if I see like a flip in or something, I always want that back to switch. If you're doing a switch flip nose blunt, like to regular out, I'm just like, nah, that wasn't the precision I need. Kick flip nose blunt, like bring that back to regs always. I've seen it in lines to start lines where it's like purpose. There's a purpose.
You want to go switch, yeah.
And you want the next trick to be switch or fakie, but I'd agree. Definitely not a trick that I'm breaking out anytime soon, but it's not the worst.
So in full agreement.
Yeah, good observation.
Approved.
Yeah. All right, next up we got an email from John Manville. What's up? Been working at a wood shop for a few years. Just wanted to say thank you guys for making the work days go by fast. Heard this question asked before on an earlier season, but maybe the answer is different now. Is there anyone that's hit you up for an interview that you guys absolutely refuse to have? And is there anyone that you've hit up for an interview that's told you guys they will never do it? Thank you guys again for the entertainment.
Has there been a flat out... Oh, yeah. Jim Greco said absolutely no. Not just to us. He's like, I just don't want to do interviews anymore. I think Reynolds was similar, especially on camera, which is fair. Like,
Ed Templeton said no.
Ed Templeton said no.
But you said you were going to try again. Did you email him again?
We should. Yet? No, I haven't. I feel like you have to like make a good impression on Ed. Do something funny. I get like one of our homies who's like funny and witty to come up with a little email for Ed.
Yeah, Artos said no, or I think he just didn't answer. But like, I got the I think maybe Ryan relayed the no to me or something.
Tried to get Heath Kirchart recently. He said absolutely not. That's great.
Yeah, well, some of his dirty air has been aired on here, so can't blame him. We've never taken a no as disrespect either. Like a lot of people that you guys probably want to hear, like I think we've tried to get Andrew Allen. There's so many people that we've asked that people probably are like, why hasn't this person been on? A lot of no's out there. If it's a big, obvious person, we've probably asked them and they've said no. But we keep trying, and then sometimes like you get them like 5 years later.
Yeah.
Like Kalis.
I love Kalis, man. Fucking legend.
Crazy Uncle Kalis.
Is there anybody you've refused?
I don't think I've ever said no to anyone, like straight up. But if you don't want someone on, sometimes you just like pretend you didn't hear it, or just politely ignore
We're not
it.
doing interviews right now, unfortunately. Taking a break.
That's
Yeah.
true though. A lot of times too.
Yeah. Jeff Smith in season 1, the homie Jeff Smith.
What he wanted to?
Yeah,
He wanted
says,
to
I got a lot. I got a lot to say. Like,
Jeff.
yeah.
Yo, Jeff, come on.
Yeah. Tell it to
Love you,
Adam
Jeff.
Reed, bro.
I love you, Jeff. Well, season 1 is more. It's like
He could. Now is the time to shoot his shot.
That's yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Nah, that's hilarious though. All right, sick email, because that list is, we've done that question probably multiple times, and I feel like that list is, or the answer to it is ever changing. Like,
Yeah, it's growing. The no's they pile up over time. But yo, how many times I can't remember off the top, other than Kalis right now, or even Blake. This episode we asked him in 2020, and I think I hit him up a couple times over the years, and he kept saying no, and then he did it. Like the no's can turn into yeses over time. So never give up.
fuck, man, there's days I don't want to do this, so it makes sense that like people just don't want to talk like for a little while, you know. That just is what it is. All right, next up we've got an email from Danny Basso. What's up, Bunt? Who's your favorite baldy? Mine was Hardy in his bald phase. His clips were nuclear during that time. That's some fucking real shit.
That's a good one, because that was definitely like a small. It's not like he lost his hair. He still had his beautiful long hair. It was a bald
Just
choice.
Sicko mode, man.
Yeah, and the clips were banging.
Yeah.
Favorite baldy?
I don't know about favorite, but now he has hair, and I was like, used to love his, like, he looked more like edgy and raw when he was bald, and it's Bobby DeKaiser, man.
Oh, he's bald?
No.
Oh, when he had. Oh yeah.
When he
yeah,
was
had-
bald, rocking the bald. Yeah. Now he rocks hair.
Was it? It wasn't full bald. It was just like hella short.
No, he's pretty close to bald.
Really? Yeah, that's a funny one. Forgot about that. I'm blanking, so I just got to go with probably the most obvious one, Mark Johnson.
Have we ever seen him with hair?
bastard? Huh? Yeah.
Really?
What's that the old Maple video? Something 7 Steps to Heaven, or yeah. But yo, even in like '96 or whenever that video came out, you could already see it going back. Yeah, young bald. Bro, I've been holding on to this
going back
for years.
Yeah, it looks
Like it's
great,
been
dude.
a horrible hairline for so long. I'm like, am I just gonna? Is it? Let me get
It's
this
not
till 50.
changing though.
Yeah, let me hold this till 50, and I'll be
I mean, you would know
hyped.
best. Is it changing?
Not really. It's like a little bit thinner here and here, but like the mass forehead has just been kind of the same for like 10 years. It feels like.
I think it looks great, dude.
I'll take it. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
You don't wear a hat. It's like for someone, if you were actually cared about it, you would wear a hat. Like it's good that you
Yeah.
don't give a fuck.
I find it funny, and you know I love me some Stephen A. So
Yeah.
if Stephen A. can just like run that
Brush
for
it off?
decades,
Yeah.
I can too.
Dude, some crazy shit came out about Skip recently. Hey?
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. Well, this is obviously like rumor boy shit, but he offered a young girl at ESPN 1.5 to get in the sack with him.
What?
Yeah. I read that today. I was going to save that for the rundown, but I don't know if it's like worthy material. Just an
Oh my god!
interesting Skip fact for you.
Interesting Charles Barkley fact. When he was on, I forget what show, and he's like, if I knew I was gonna die, like if I had a disease and I was gonna die, just let me kill Skip Bayless live on television. But only
so
if I
good.
knew I was gonna die. I don't want to go to
Yeah.
jail. So good.
Bro, that's a crazy, like, inner thought to release for the people. Like, what?
On
If
the
you're
Dan
Skip
Patrick
Bayless,
show.
you're
Yeah.
like, what the hell, dude? Like,
He said that to he's like, there was someone with like a full body cast, and he's like, that's what'll happen if you put Skip Bayless in a room with me. I'll come out in a full body.
oh my God.
All right, next up, we got an email from Lawrence Clark. CHPO Sagas. Hi guys, love the pod. So thanks for doing it. I confess that I don't always listen to the post office, so I don't know if anyone else has mentioned this. If not, What on earth is going on with Donovan's CHPO sagas that he tells in the middle of an interview? Is it an inside joke to see how surreal he can make it and still get away with it? Didn't one of those stories say that we were a condom in in the trash or something? Whose idea was it to tell these rambling stories? And do I win a competition to be the first person to question what the hell is going on here? Happy New Year. Thanks, man.
I don't know what the hell's going on here either. The stories are epic. Like I've said before, for a while I was writing them. Now, the good homie Victor at CHPO, our brother's been writing them. He's gone off the medicinal, clearly. And yeah, man, they're just wild. Attention grabbing, you know. It's hard to make like an ad read on a podcast something you don't skip, and that's what we're going for here, you know. We're trying to suck you into the 1 to 3 minute story we're going to tell you, and hopefully you stick around to hear that it's brought to you by the worldwide leader in sunglasses and watches, CHPO brand. Always doing it for the people.
CHPO, baby. Okay. Oh, are you next? Yeah.
Yep. All right, next up, we've got an email from Connor Madden. What's good, Bunt Boys? Longtime listener coming from the panhandle of Florida. What's that mean? Is that like the top or the bottom? Top of Florida?
I don't know.
Anyways, I got 2 questions for y'all. Finally making my way through all the episodes, and I just listened to Mikey Taylor's ep. What happened to asking him about his favorite skate and sports moments? After hearing both of you guys worked at a drift, I wanted to ask if you could give any good stories from working there over the years. I worked at Plus Skate Shop for 4 years and would trip out when former Alabama star running back Glenn Coffey would pop into the shop and buy some clothes and shoes for him and his daughters. Anyways, thanks for coming through with the best podcast in the game. Can't wait to hear what the last 2 eps of season 20 are. Cheers. What's up with the Mikey Taylor thing? When we didn't ask him that, we had to have asked him that.
I have no idea.
Honestly, when I first read this, I was like, we interviewed Mikey Taylor. I don't even remember that, to be quite frank.
Yeah, he was super nice too.
Yeah, legend. Dude, I think we all did, but Mikey Taylor was absolutely epic when we were growing up, dude. Like, definitely loved Mikey's skating. And then obviously the shoe story between me and you. Like, Mikey Taylor is ingrained in our skate history, personal skate history. Yeah, we worked together at the skate shop, but not for very long, me and you. I don't even think we worked more than like a couple shifts together, but I remember one day we just exchanged napping time. Like, I would watch the front and you would nap, and then we would switch back and forth. I just remember when I worked with Jacob, who's the owner now, we would just smoke so much weed. I'm like, how am I going to talk to someone and like sell them something, especially if like a parent comes in here? Yeah, I wasn't built for working at the skate shop.
Me neither. It was university days for me, which are prime drinking years. So for me, it was just a hungover fucking mess every time, just trying to fucking stay alive at the front, coming in on time, but just like biking over there so just damn hungover. It's like, and then sometimes you'd come in and the owner at the time, our boy Mike Frost, would have had a party the night before, and there's empties everywhere, and you get there to like from your own party hangover to then you have to clean up the owner's party and then just sit there for hours. Like, yeah, good memories though, good times, fucking. And I worked in the Kensington location here and there too, covering for Lindsay. She'd be, I'll be back in 20, dude, and then she'd come back like 4 hours later.
That's all right.
But
they were good times.
No crazy stories off the top of my head. I'm sure if we brainstormed with the homies, there'd be tons, but nothing but good memories with the drift.
Exactly. Like, I don't think our best stories would be from working there. it'd be from partying there.
Oh, I do love
I'm
that.
saying? Yeah,
That just unlocked a bunch of other things that I'm not going to talk about.
Immediately down a different lane. Oh. But shout out to Drift, man. Long time running and gunning.
Yes, sir. All right. Thank you, Connor. Next up, we've got an email from Waylon Petramol. Compilation of the hating. Would y'all bring back Kook of the Week with someone like Riley Pavey as host? Oh, that would be incredible. And Riley's on the mend right now. Bored. Yeah, I'm saying I'm sure he would love nothing more than to come shoot some shots on the weekly in his wild outfits. Here's a compilation video of Gifted Hater talking shit that I mentioned last time. Okay. Waylon came back.
Waylon, the god, gave us a 5-minute compilation video of Gifted Hater. I'm not going to say talking shit, but I'm also not going to go with Joa's calling it constructive criticism either. I think this lives somewhere in between. And the main talking points, we'll go through them one by one and address them. He says that we lack energy now, and when guests tell us good stories, we do nothing with the good stories. So, you want to talk about that one first?
Well, it was the way he put it. Was like, we used to be edgy. You have no energy anymore. You're burnt out. You're over it. I'm like, have you ever listened to the pod? Did you listen to the pod back in the day? Because me and you have not changed. I'm sure if we did, like Ants One, if anything, shout out Ants One. He's told me over the years, like since the early days, that I need more energy. But that's just me. If you're a friend of mine, you know me. I'm most of the time low energy, monotone, and sometimes you catch me on a hype day. It might be a little different. But if you've been listening to the pod since 2016. You know, nothing's changed in that regard. So just the way he put that was like, all right, he's like talking like we're on some crazy decline and we're over it. False. Next.
Yes. We've done this podcast for 8, almost 9 years, I'd say. You've basically watched us grow up for 9 years. In 9 years, you're going to have some days with good energy, some days a little bit less. We're only human, and we come on here on schedule on a weekly basis, and we put everything in our actual lives to the side for a bit and come on and do the pod. So you're actually just getting the real us. We're not faking to give you some like fake energy. So I'm okay with like that. Doesn't mean anything to me. Sometimes life doesn't get in the way, but sometimes life is life, and it affects you talking and your energy and your mood and whatnot. So his next point is, he thinks we're only doing the podcast now so that we can stay with Vans and throw the next Vans event, aka the Bunt Jam. The floor is yours.
That one might have been the most annoying one. And it's also just, and like, Joa, I mean, I don't know if he's the homie anymore. Like after hearing all that, I'm like, just seems a little dusty and kind of two-faced. But just the way he says shit is like he knows these things for a fact. It's like, you literally have no clue. I love the Bunt Jam. Don't get me wrong. It's been so dope. But to me, I'm not going to speak for you. You could say what you think, but the pod is like our baby that we've nurtured for all these years. And whether you think it's like on the decline, Joe, or not, that's irrelevant to me. I absolutely love doing it. And it's like picking from your 2 kids. But if I had to pick one to do for the next 10 years, I would just keep doing the pod. I absolutely like some of the friendships we've made through the pod, and those people end up coming to Bunt Jams, but all the friendships that I feel like will be friendships whether the pod exists or not are all through the pod. Get to sit back at the crib, be comfortable. Like Bunt Jams give me anxiety. The pod does not. I love watching skaters' parts, getting to know them, blah, blah. Like, look at our fantasy football group chat. That's the pod. That's not the Bunt Jam. So that one was dead wrong, but just presented like it was fact. Like that shit is annoying. You have no idea what you're talking about.
No, the pod laid the groundwork for everything we get to do now. So obviously, just a weird statement to make. And then while we're on the Bunt Jam, he also says that they lack creativity. There's nothing like that separates the Bunt Jam from anything else, which is like, obviously, I've never seen like annual 3-on-3 basketball tournament battle of the brand style. So obviously, and then we've seen people like take things from the Bunt Jam and reuse them. Like the first year we had a 20-foot vert wall with a basketball rim on it, which according to Joa, I guess you see that quite often, you know? And then like the football thing, the hockey built, like this stuff it's not easy to come up with these events, and a lot of hard work goes into them. And let me tell you, we're not rich off the goddamn Bunt Jam, which like some people may think. We actually work year round on this just to like celebrate skateboarding, especially in Toronto, but now we were lucky enough to go to Melbourne. But yeah, man, we just do this for skateboarding. We love to like bring the community together and have that weekend. So it's a weird angle for him to come at, you know?
Yeah, but that one didn't really bother me. It's your opinion. I don't actually care. Like if you whatever, that's fine. Was there anything else?
Yeah. So he also says that we've been talking about the Bunt video forever now, which is right. We have, but he's like says some shit about not having any skin in the game, which is like we're 36 and 37 years old. And I've never claimed to be some great skater. Like I believe Safe is a very talented skater in his own right, but we also have had multiple parts come out in our lives. Like if you wanted to watch some skating, you can just go watch some skating. It's not like we just came on the internet and we're talking about a part that's never dropped and we've never dropped anything. Like if the skin in the game is what you're looking for, you can go find it.
Easy. Yeah, that one, I forgot about that. That was absolutely ridiculous. Now, that said, yes, we've been talking about the video forever. I would say we haven't actually started filming the video since 2 summers ago. Mm-hmm. Like Donald works full time, 37 years old. I work in the film industry, 36 years old. We both have multiple parts. If you really want to say we have no skin in the game, easy to find. And we're literally like, I don't know about you, but I don't think I could ever put out another part again after this. So we've been waiting to try and make this video as special as possible, race against time, race against our bodies. Mm-hmm. I've had a bunch of surgeries. Like it doesn't get any easier. I don't know I can't remember how old Joe is, but like holler back when you're around our age and working outside of the pod and trying to film a part. It's not easy. And because we're not fucking all like extremely gifted skaters that get clips easy. It's not like if I get 1 clip a month, I'm like extremely hyped.
Bro, we also live in Canada and have 4.5 months to skate outside. And so that's why you'll always hear us talking about going on trips is when we get the best chance to film. And we've really put a lot of time and effort and we've just been working on going on a lot of trips to get this done. So hopefully, and like we know that the next Bunt Jam, the video is coming out wherever and whenever that next Bunt Jam may be. So it's coming if that's what you're desperate for, you know? So
yeah, that was I just think that was him talking from like, I live in California and I'm in my 20s and it shouldn't be that hard to film a video part. Well, put yourself in someone else's shoes, talking like you know it all. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, Joa wanted more energy. Let me give you a little 1-2, Joa. No, wait, before I get to that. It was all fine. It wasn't that bad, but the only thing that I thought was whack was that you called him out, and instead of just being like, oh, yeah, I have been talking a little shit, he tried to, pull it back a bit. Oh,
because I like him. Like he's been really nice to us and like come on both of our shows. So it was like, oh, like I'm cool with you talking a little bit of shit. Clearly we don't care. But it would have been funny if it was like, yeah, I roasted you guys because you can't drop the Bunt video. Like, then I would be like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah, so I took that as a little spineless, because Donald was like, yo, I heard you've been talking shit. And he's like, oh, what? Like, nah, like, just constructive criticism, if anything. Like, he said, I would never. And then Donald was like, oh, like, you said this and this, apparently, because we hadn't seen the compilation yet. Shout out to the whole name. Yeah, send us your address. We'll send you a hat or something. Unsubscribe to fucking... He unsubscribed to Joe's shit because he was, like, sick of the shit talk. But then we've had him on the platform. But anyways, as the great American philosopher once said, Atiba Jefferson, fake homie. A little spineless, my guy. Stand on it when Donald calls you out. I'll say that. And there's your gifted hater-esque breakdown, overanalyzing everything response.
There we go. Perfect. Yeah. All right. Next up, we've got an email from Marcus Russell. D. Jones and the Ghost. It's your boy Marcus checking in again. Sorry for the novel a few months ago, and thanks for the well wishes. Was able to take time off work to reset and focus on the most important stuff. Happy to say it's all working out now. So for those in hard times, be patient, set priorities, and in the words of hieroglyphics, handle your business or it'll handle you. Do you remember your first boards? And if so, what were they? I'm currently on the hunt for the first few decks I had for wall hangers. Those ones mean the most. Thanks for another great season. Bless up.
Yeah, first board. Got it at Shred Central. Shout out.
Ooh.
Mike Esner. It was a Think board. Just Think in big
sick
flame letters. I think it was a yellow board. Think in flames. I would love to get that board again.
That would be really cool.
I think I had Destructo trucks, silver with green bushings. I can't remember the wheels. I think we just got some like blank wheels, and probably just, I don't remember the bearings either.
Did Destructo trucks fumble the bag, man? Seemed like when we were young, everybody was riding Destructos or had Destructos, or they just disappeared, man.
Yeah, I don't know. They were definitely like one of the main players at the time.
My first pro board was a Mike Carroll girl board. It was like a baseball series that had Carroll's head on it and then said Carroll in long letters. Aside from that, what's your favorite board graphic you've ever had?
Damn. Do you have one off the top? Because I don't.
No. I have to think. I don't even know why I asked that.
I can't think of one, so I'm going to just go with brother Chad Dixon. Love you, man.
That's a great one. Oh, yeah. I have, hopefully I'll be moving within the next couple months and be able to set up a proper, like, board wall or something. But my James Hardy real board with the Alabama A in the Hardy. As good as it gets, man.
So sick.
Shout out Marcus, man. Good to hear you're doing well. Thanks for hitting us back up and letting us know what's good with the update.
That was Marcus. All right, last up for this week, we got an email from Omar Amezcua. Sup, dudes? Longtime listener, first-time caller. Just wondering if y'all were going to put out any hats soon or merch soon.
We got good fucking news for you, man. We are.
This season's over. We got a little something up our sleeve. And also, don't forget, check out Fast Times. I'm pretty sure they ship all over the place. So Fast Times has some gear that we released at the Bunt Jam in Australia. So go check out Fast Times. But we got some working on some new, you know what I'm saying? Coming soon.
Yeah, classic Bunt 1-2, couple t-shirts, a hoodie, and a hat. It's that's our go-to recipe right there, man. The Gravis recipe. The gravy train. All right, y'all. We only got one episode left for your post office questions. Get your emails, voice notes, and videos. Let's get a couple of videos for the last ep into the buntlive@gmail.com.
Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Welcome to the Rundown, the Skateboard world source for sports. Fantasy football season is over. Mason didn't feel like we put enough respect on his name for winning the Fantasy Football League, the Love Island Survivor League, aka the Canadian Fantasy Football League. Leave it to two Canadians to start a Fantasy Football League of Americans and getting chirped about knowing football. It's a beautiful thing in that league. Mason, congratulations. You pulled it off. Bijan Robinson, Lamar Jackson, the two key cogs in that fantasy lineup.
Yeah, it was quite impressive because he drafted Pacheco and Deebo Samuel, which were absolute garbage. He couldn't have done it without us helping him every damn week. And then once he was a big man, started talking shit. But
talking
remember
him off
that
the
next
cliff.
season.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Congrats.
I'm going radio silence when he says what defense to start. And I tell him which and he questions it. So I didn't know what he wanted from me. Gerard Mayo, the New England Patriots, wins a game, loses himself a job. I honestly don't know what the right thing to do for a coach in that situation is. It's to lose for the better of the organization, but you lose trust in the players. What would you do in Gerard Mayo's shoes?
That's tough because I was thinking about this. As a coach, your whole resume is your win-loss record. You know, and you only get one shot, maybe a couple. Like, as a first-timer, you got to think this is my only shot. You can't ever expect, like, I'm going to get another job. So I think you do have to try and win, but it depends how much you know. Like, remember 2 years ago this happened, the big one with which ended up getting Bryce Young to the Panthers, and the Texans coach got fired because he won on that crazy fourth down. Like, he kept going for it on fourth down, won the game, and then they got the second pick, which ended up being
The better pick.
Stroud, although this year not as obvious.
Dude, and Bryce Young came on crazy at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, you just never know.
I think you got to lose, man. Like, I can't wait to hear Bill Simmons' pod. He's going to be going crazy. He's been rooting for them to lose for weeks, and then he didn't think they were going to get the first pick, and then all of a sudden they have it, and then to lose it the next week, like, you got to lose that. You got to lose that game. And I know it sucks to say, but the NFL sucks at tanking. The NBA has mastered the craft.
Yeah.
But these NFL teams, man, they don't know how to do it.
They don't know what the fuck to do. So we're going to go through the playoff picture real fast. Going to keep it short and sweet here. In the AFC, obviously, the Chiefs have the bye. The Bills are hosting the Broncos. Tough matchup for a team that finished second in the conference, man. I don't like the game against the Broncos. Obviously, I think they get it done. They're going to have the best player on the field, the NFL MVP, if you would have it. What do you think?
Well, should we sidebar that real quick? What do you think now? Josh Allen, Lamar, still a wrap to you?
Yeah, because, you know, when people talk about it, most valuable player, the Ravens have a better team overall. He's got a lot of good pieces around him. They've been great. I think you remove Josh Allen from the Bills, they're totally fucked.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I mean, I'm assuming just voter fatigue. I think Josh Allen's going to get it. Yeah. But man, if you look at I was just looking at their raw stats. Lamar's are better across the board. I think he had 40 something passing touchdowns. Josh Allen had 28, which is shocking. He just had a shit ton of rushing touchdowns. So I think he might have ended with 40 as well, like 12 rushing, 28 passing.
And he's got one more win.
Yeah, but that's the other thing. It was a bunch, like one win or loss. It doesn't make that much of a difference. And then Lamar's stats are better mostly across the board. So
I think that the machine and the media is behind Josh Allen this year.
Yeah,
it's time to give it to someone else.
But it was just one of those ones where Josh Allen almost got fucked by having such a good record where he didn't need to play today. And then Lamar had 3 important games and won them all and looked real good doing it. But probably still Josh Allen's. But if Lamar wins it, I'd say
it's
well
the same,
deserved.
yeah. I think you could have given it to CMC one of the years that Lamar won. So if he gets it again this year, like he's not the wrong choice, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So Bills and Broncos, what you got?
Say the Bills handle business at home.
I hope it's cold.
But Broncos are cool with the cold too.
Yeah, but not cold like Buffalo. It's different there. All right, next up, in what would have been an extremely exciting matchup, the last few weeks we've seen the Steelers implode. Ravens and Steelers.
The Steelers have just made me so sad, man. It's like they were what 10 and like whatever. The record was good, and I feel like they've just lost 4 or 5 games in a row. Mm-hmm. George Pickens is out here fucking.
It's a fucking issue.
Diva every damn fucking week. It's something else. So I've really got not a lot of hope. But Lamar has been cursed against the Steelers, but he broke the curse just on Christmas. So I think Baltimore handles business, and I'm right back in my like, who the fuck's our quarterback? Because Russell Wilson hasn't been looking too fly. Like, I'll be half watching a game, and then when they get the ball, I'm like, oh, I just have a feeling it's a 3 and out like all the time now, which is not a good feeling to have for your team.
No, but you can't go back to Fields now. But then they take Fields out. He was 4-1,
4-2, I think. Yeah. Baltimore.
Yeah, I go Baltimore by a landslide probably. Texans and Chargers.
That's the biggest toss-up.
I think this is upset city. I think the Chargers are coming on. I think they finally have a great coach who believes in Herbert. McConkey could be that dude. And then whoever it is, Dobbins or Edwards, they obviously just alternate injuries. It doesn't matter. I think it's the same person. He just plays the whole season. But
and don't forget Mason's main man, Kamani Vidal.
I'm taking the Chargers on the road.
I like that.
The Texans have just not been impressive.
Dude, not at all. They won some games early in the season, and I feel like I don't know for a fact, but they just feel like a 500 team for like the last half of the season.
Dude, CJ Stroud just looked like a sexy name in the quarterback position of your fantasy lineup that was just absolutely useless. If he got 12, that was a good week for him. Actually,
I remember Nicole got him like right before me, and I was so pissed. And then I like I'll settle for Jordan Love, who also wasn't great the second half, but like for fantasy at least a million times better. Stroud was fucking brutal. I want the Texans to get their first playoff win here. I'm gonna go with the Texans, even though the Chargers are going like this and the Texans are going like this. We'll see. I just hope it's a good game.
So this is the reason. Obviously, if who we think is gonna win, we get Bills Ravens, which is an absolute epic showdown of potential MVPs, which all we're looking for in this is epic matchups in the next round. And then we get Chargers and obviously Chiefs who have wicked games always. And the Chargers have been knocking on the door, and the Chiefs somehow 15-2, 15-1 with their starters look beatable. I mean, we always say that, but the Chargers, this could be the year they go in and take them out. But Bills Ravens is all I'm looking for. That will be awesome.
That will be incredible. The Chiefs, man, they have about roughly 23 days to rest up. I think they're going to be ready. I think they destroy whoever they play in that first round, and then championship game. Yeah. It'll be epic.
All right, moving over to the NFC. Obviously, the Lions and Vikings, we're recording Sunday night. The game is on right now. I don't want to look at the score because I'll watch from the jump. But I think it will either be Detroit or Minnesota. Loser of that game goes to Los Angeles to play the Rams. I think either of them gets the job done.
Yeah, 100%. But, even though Sam Darnold was my MVP in fantasy in one league, there's just something about his fucking name, man. Like, I don't know if you still feel it. It's just like, what is he? He's in his 7th or 8th year, so it's really hard to have that body of work and then one incredible season. Hats off to you, Sam Darnold, and then just fully buy into it. Like every week, there's And now that it's going to be, I don't think he's ever played in the playoffs, right?
What do you? Obviously, he barely played in the regular season before this year.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like tonight, biggest game of his career. Every week from here on out, it's the biggest game of his career.
And they go from everyone thought it was a wasted season, even the Vikings fans we know, to having the bye. Bro, if I were him, I would test free agency. Be like, I don't know if I can physically do this again, and I need the money. I need the money. Like, I need $40 million. Like, guaranteed, whatever, $40 million. It's a $40 million season. Anyways, we think whoever can get the job done against the Rams, I hope and I wish. I think that if Detroit, this bye is more important to Detroit. They need a goddamn break. And they're going to be running Gibbsy into the ground. He's going to need a week. But the most fan-friendly game of the first round, the Buccaneers and the Commanders. Hard to hate. Two teams that are hard to hate.
Yeah, I've never been a big Baker guy, but this turnaround has even, got me kind of a little more hyped on him. I like the command. I just love Mike Evans, but I think in that game I would root for the Commanders just because never been a Baker guy. I like Jaden Daniels. Terry McLaurin, I'm so happy he finally has a fucking quarterback. Mm-hmm. DJ Moore, maybe one day you'll get one, brother. But Commanders, let's get it. And let's not forget, homie got shot. That one always rooting for him. Yeah. Brian Robinson Jr.
With the game and potentially their playoff spot on the line, Baker and the Buccaneers still force feeding Mike Evans the ball to get him that bonus.
They did.
Tony Romo,
the last throw, yes, but they didn't. I was watching the first.
The last throw, Tony Romo was like, that goes a long way in the dressing room. Just knowing that these owners and coaches aren't penny pinching. You know, get this guy his money, but risky play. But happy they did it.
Yes, but I was paying attention to the first half and forcing it when he was a couple yards away, like. So understandable, but they knew they needed to win. I think he didn't get his first catch till like midway through the second or something. Like they were doubling the fuck out of him. And New Orleans, I forgot they were playing New Orleans. They always fuck him up.
It's always a beef.
Yeah, and like he usually struggles against them. And I was like, oh shit, he might not get it. And I was so happy to see that he got it because he's just a pure G.
Bro, the way the players and the coaches, everyone was ecstatic for him to get it. Like, Mike Evans is picking up the bill at dinner tonight.
Oh, and, for sure.
It ain't going to be cheap.
But trust me, first half, like they weren't force feeding anything. Like they just, it happened in the flow of the game. Other than that last throw, it was like, yeah.
Eagles and Packers. Jordan Love exits the game early with an elbow. The Eagles, sometimes you just wonder if they even like each other. I'm serious. It's like,
upset.
I don't know if they like each other. But this could be an upset because I feel like this is what the Buccaneers did to the Eagles last year, and they just got a lead early, and then all hell was breaking loose on the sideline in Philadelphia. So what do you think, man?
Well, first of all, let me just say I'm super bummed they didn't let Saquon go for it.
No, that's a good call.
I know, I get it. I'm just bummed. Like, that's just
not
history.
Only do you have to play Saquon, you got to play the whole O-line.
I know. But they all wanted it, just like Mike Evans wanted it. They needed to win that game, so it's different. But I'm not like necessarily mad. I'm just upset that we didn't get to witness him try, because that would have been cool.
Because now if they go out next week, you'll be like, fuck you, Nick Sirianni.
Yeah. But the game, man, the Eagles have been giving me weird vibes all year. I would not be surprised if there's. Well, it won't be as surprising as last year when they went and slapped Dallas. But honestly, having Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love in one league, I watched them quite a bit, and they've not. I feel like they just haven't been clicking recently, especially the throwing. Jordan Love hasn't felt very elite the last month or so. It's been the Josh Jacobs show, and Philly's D has been incredible. So I don't know. Concussion.
They got a week off.
You obviously know. Bro, he hasn't played. He hasn't played since that concussion, so that's a little scary. We'll see what the
How many
rest
weeks
factor
ago
is.
was that? That was the semifinals of fantasy. So not this week, not the last week.
So it'll be 3 weeks.
First quarter of the week before. Yeah, NFL players beat concussions in 2-3 days.
No, but I'm not even talking about the concussion. Like, let's say he's 100%.
He just hasn't played?
Just the rustiness and like first game back's a playoff game.
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
I'm gonna say this is my lock of the week. Eagles get the job done, man.
Okay.
I don't like the way the Packers seem as a team.
Yeah, same.
So then we'll just go with the game on right now. Vikings and Lions. Who's gonna win it?
Two teams that I love. I've had a soft spot for the Vikings forever, and we love Detroit and the Lions. I'm going with the Vikings, man. Darnold, let's do it. One more week, baby.
Detroit? It's in Detroit.
It's in Detroit.
Like I've been saying all year, man. This is America's team now. The Cowboys are so far removed from being America's team. It's just disrespectful to call anyone other than the Detroit Lions. It's going to be the Lions, man. And I said at the beginning of the year, Jared Goff could win MVP.
That wasn't a bad call.
He's not far off.
Yeah.
You know? Outside of, like, obviously the statistical season that Lamar's had and the NFL media machine absolutely loving Josh Allen and a weak Bills roster, Goff did his thing, man. Like, better record than both of those guys. He's 14-2 right now going in. He could end up 15-2, tied for the best record in the NFL. He could have been the MVP.
Hey, but don't sleep on my man Darney. Also could have been the MVP. Same record.
But you didn't say that at the beginning of the season.
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying tonight,
man.
they got like the same stats probably, I bet. They barely run the ball. They've both thrown probably around 40 TDs. Fucking the most surprising duo.
So it's possible if all of the favorites win, which could this could get crazy.
That never happens in the NFL, but
it's possible that the Eagles and the Buccaneers have a rematch of last year, and then the Vikings and the Lions play again in round 2.
Wow.
The NFL scriptwriters outdid themselves with these playoff matchups, man.
I cannot fucking wait. Week 18, such a shit show, but...
Dude, one question. Best team that didn't make the playoffs, that could have maybe did something outside of the Bengals. The answer is obviously the Bengals.
Yeah.
Is there another team that could have won a game?
I could have won a playoff game. Hold on, let me look at these standings right quick. We're talking Seattle, Falcons, Colts, Arizona, Miami, 49ers. Man, a whole lot of trash teams, man. I'll go with Seattle was so up and down. I'll go with Michael Penix and them boys, man. They lost a couple close ones, but that was like, I put a lot of that on their damn coaching 2 weeks ago. But they look, you see, like Penix had a big day today. A couple bombs to Drake London, a couple rushing TDs from.
Got a great team, Bijan.
Yeah, their defense started playing pretty lights out. Well, not they got lit up last couple of weeks, but their defense turned it around a bit.
Yeah,
in
there's
the last
like 80
month.
points scored in the game they played today.
I know, but what they do against the Giants, a couple pick sixes
a
few weeks ago. I don't know. I'll go with the Falcons. Who do you think?
I was just going to say, because it would be interesting, the Carolina Panthers, man, because they found a way to score points in the last few weeks. And in the playoffs, you get up early and you see what happens to teams like the Cowboys against the Packers last year and the Buccaneers against the Eagles. Once teams go down in the playoffs, they start getting all shook.
Yeah, and then I'll also put out the Giants when the Giants turning into superstars when they have a chance to blow the first overall pick and putting up a 40 piece on the Colts. Bro, these teams do not know how to tank.
That's when bad teams
insane.
play their best.
Yeah, it's actually fucked.
And the pressure's off. Oh, all right, y'all. That's going to wrap up this week's episode of The Bunt. Heading into our season finale, heading into the NFL playoffs. The holidays are over, but we still got a beautiful season ahead, man.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy motherfucking New Year.
Light up the post office. See you next week.